After 9 months of silence, the Houthi terror organization has finally admitted the truth. In the last 24 hours, the Houthis acknowledged the deaths of 4 senior officials from their missile and drone units. They were eliminated in U.S.-led coalition strikes back in March. The delay wasn't confusion, it was denial. Qatari newspaper Al Arabi Al Jadid reports, citing a senior Egyptian official, that Egypt is closely monitoring armed militias inside Gaza that are cooperating with the IDF. Cairo views this development as deeply concerning, especially as realities on the ground continue to shift. No confirmation from other sources, but the anxiety is real. Lebanon's President Joseph Aoun visited the Maronite Patriarch for Christmas and struck an optimistic tone. "There is a wound in southern Lebanon," he said. "Our people have not returned and the strikes continue." Yet he insists the danger of war is fading. He speaks of a new Lebanon, a country of institutions, not sects, a state, not militias. He says talks are ongoing with influential countries, especially the United States and Arab states, and vows that parliamentary elections will take place on time in 2026. Hope, carefully chosen words, and reality still unresolved. Lebanese daily Al Diyar reports growing tension ahead of the next ceasefire oversight committee meeting. According to the report, the United States and France are no longer aligned. Their visions for how the monitoring mechanism should function are diverging, including how Lebanese army operations south of the Litani River are verified. At a recent meeting in Nakura, Lebanese military representatives reportedly refused to leave the room to allow a civilian-only session. The atmosphere turned tense. Ceasefires don't fail all at once. They crack first. Senior Houthi official Nasser al-Din Amer issued a direct threat. "Zionist threats against Yemen only strengthen our people and push us to prepare for the next round." He claims unprecedented mobilization and readiness for a decisive battle, promising suffering and death. "Our patience is not unlimited," he warned. "It can end at any moment." Words meant to intimidate, often spoken right before collapse. Syrian regime-linked media reports an airstrike near the village of Al-Kafr in southern Suwaida. The aircraft is believed to be Jordanian. Other Syrian sources say, as in previous strikes, the targets were drug trafficking hubs. Quiet wars don't make headlines, but they reshape borders. Aziz Biro, a resident of Qamishli, describes rising tension between Kurdish forces and the Syrian regime. Markets are slowing. People are waiting. The March 10 agreement between the Kurds and Damascus, meant to integrate Kurdish forces into state institutions, has not been implemented. According to Biro, no local actor truly controls events. Orders come from Washington, he says. He expects limited clashes, not all-out war, and believes Syria's fate is already decided by international agreements. Syria will be divided into spheres of influence, he warns. Much like Iraq. The priority now, he says, is preventing civil hatred, especially in northeastern Syria. The shadow war between Jerusalem and Ankara is intensifying. Multiple Turkish reports suggest Turkey plans to deploy radar systems across Syria under the guise of assisting the Jolani regime. These radars previously existed and were destroyed by Israeli strikes after Assad fell. Now they may return. The goal: limit Israel's air freedom, track aircraft heading toward Iran, Iraq, and beyond. Turkey is not stopping there. Plans reportedly include air defense systems, suicide drone bases, and deeper military entrenchment. Israel has already issued warnings and acted before. The question is simple: will Israel act again? One thing is certain: the confrontation is escalating step by step. Commentator Zvi Yeheskali highlights Erdogan's own words. "In the Eastern Mediterranean or anywhere else, we will not take what is not ours, and we will not allow anyone to violate our rights." He adds, "Those responsible for the blood of over 70,000 Palestinians have no moral standing in our eyes." Clear words, clear alignment. For the first time in its history, Israel police joined Nazareth's Christmas procession. Dozens of officers were deployed throughout the city for the 40th annual parade, returning after a 2-year break. Police motorcycles, mounted officers, and patrol vehicles marched alongside Christian schools and community groups. After the procession, roads reopened, except around the central square, which remains closed for final celebrations. A quiet but powerful image. Hamas issued a statement claiming the explosion in Rafah occurred in an area under full IDF control. They deny responsibility and blame unexploded ordnance left from the war. "We warned about this," Hamas claims. "We are not responsible." Deflection is part of the script. Donald Trump announced that the United States struck ISIS groups in Nigeria. The targets were responsible for the recent massacres of Christians. No ambiguity, no apology. Earlier today, IDF forces from Brigade 7 identified 2 terrorists crossing the yellow line in southern Gaza. They approached in a way that posed an immediate threat. The Air Force, guided by ground forces, eliminated them. Southern Command remains deployed and ready. Last night, shots were fired at suspects in the Nitsana area. After completing a planned operation, an IDF soldier and a civilian were driving back when they spotted masked suspects involved in smuggling. The civilian opened fire using both his own weapon and the soldiers. The suspect's vehicle veered off the road. One suspect was wounded and later pronounced dead. The incident is under investigation by a joint military police and Israel police team. Facts first, then accountability.